What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Kyle Chronicled. My name's Kyle. I'm glad you're here. I'm starting my day in Hollywood today. I'm on a bit of a hike right now up to a cool filming location in the Hollywood Hills.
This area of Griffith Park, known as Bronson Canyon, has been used in so many movies and TV shows over the years, it'd be ridiculous to try and name them all. Pretty much since movies were invented, studios have been using this spot. Starting in 1919 with a movie called Lightning Bryce. Since then, the Canyon, and more importantly, the Caves, have appeared in hundreds of productions. Everything from B-movies to blockbusters. You've got Star Trek, original series, and Next Generation. Power Rangers use this location a lot. Mission Impossible, The A-Team, The Lone Ranger, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Wonder Woman, John Wayne and the Searchers, and even the Three Stooges. But it's best known as the entrance to the Batcave from the 1960s movie and TV show starring Adam West. Every week, the Batmobile tore through the canyon and headed down the road towards Gotham City. And now, almost 60 years later, it looks pretty much like it did. Now you can see they don't want anyone going inside the cave, but we can get a closer look. It's fun to imagine the Batmobile sitting right here. Here it is on the other side. The Bronson Caves have been a hot spot for the film and television industry for over 100 years. Even some musicians got in on the action. Here's The Doors in 1969, Beastie Boys in 1989. This is a great spot if you're in the area. I highly recommend checking it out. If you want to get away from the city for a little while, you can bring your dog, you can go for a walk, or you can spend your day making some kind of strange rock formations for some sort of ritualistic ceremony. I don't know what this is, but it's kind of cool. But today we've got a lot more to see, so let's head to the next spot. This is the Vista Theater in Hollywood. It's currently owned by Quentin Tarantino, and a few years ago he opened up a coffee shop right next door. I could use a cup, so I decided to come check it out. It's called Pam's Coffee, as an ode to Pam Grier and her character from the 1973 film Coffee. Lots of cool things to see in here. Big 70s and 80s vibes. They've got vintage movie posters, tons of references to Quentin's movies. There's even a little viewing area where you can hang out and watch an old VHS while you enjoy your coffee. Today was Scarface. I'm a huge Tarantino fan, so this was fun for me. I could have spent a lot more time here, but we've got filming locations to get to. Luckily, there's one right outside. The Vista is a historical theater on its own, but it's also where Clarence and Alabama meet for the Kung Fu triple feature in the movie True Romance, 1993. There's a scene that takes place right here on the sidewalk.
Would you like to go get some pie, please?
Where the Vista stands today was once the site of one of the largest film sets ever created. Back in 1916, the crossroads of Hollywood and Sunset Boulevard became the Gates of Babylon for the film Intolerance, directed by D.W. Griffith. The film was the most expensive ever produced at the time and used over 3,000 extras for this shot alone. The film was a massive failure, so much so that by the time filming was complete, they couldn't even afford to take down the sets. So they stayed up, abandoned and left to decay in the California sun until eventually they were demolished and the Vista was built shortly after that. So come down, check it out, see a movie, have some Pam's Coffee, and enjoy being in the middle of Hollywood history. If you're enjoying the video so far and want to see more, please subscribe while you're here. Got lots of cool videos coming down the line in the future, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Now we've made our way over to Glendale to the historic Grand Central Air Terminal. First opened in 1929, it was the first major airport for the Los Angeles area, so it quickly became a hot spot for Hollywood's elite and for America's most revered aviators. It was from here that Charles Lindbergh took off for the first transcontinental flight from Los Angeles to New York. Amelia Earhart used the airstrip more than once. Howard Hughes was a regular here, using the space to design and develop his H-1 Racer, the plane he would eventually use to break the airspeed record in 1935. It was also home base for Hughes and his fleet of World War I era fighters while he was filming his epic Hell's Angels in 1930, highly regarded as the most realistic depiction of dogfights ever captured on film, so realistic that it cost the lives of 3 stunt pilots during production. And while we're on the topic of American heroes and epic cinematic achievements, I've got to mention that back in 1985, the Grand Central Air Terminal was transformed into a Texas bus station for Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee commiserates about his stolen bicycle after discovering there is no basement in the Alamo. Spoiler. He's then reunited with Simone, makes a few phone calls, and the adventure goes on from there. Back in the 1940s, Walt Disney was looking to expand his studio operations, so he started purchasing land all around the terminal, eventually acquiring the terminal as well. Today, most of this land is still owned by the Walt Disney Company. They've done a great job of restoring it and keeping it preserved. In fact, if you look on Google Earth, you can still see part of the giant lettering that was here, so pilots could identify the airstrip from the sky. Back in its heyday, this place was a symbol for the glamour and excitement of air travel, but by the end of World War II, the glory days were far behind, and the airport officially closed in 1959. But the actions of the legendary men and women who passed through these halls helped shape Los Angeles and American culture, and the impact will be felt for many years. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.